And we are live. Just waiting to see who's going to pop in. Always want to start a stream early just so I can make sure that all the bugs are worked out. And for those who watch this after after it finishes and gets rendered and everything, I'm going to wait till we actually get some viewers in to actually start figuring out what we're going to do for this stream. Might just really be a chat stream, but I got some stuff I need to say. Hard to believe it's been over 4 weeks since I did this. Hi, Lee. Ballistic weapon pack? I don't remember getting one of those. do anything with automatic updates. Well, welcome to anybody who pops into the stream. Like I said, no real idea what we're going to be doing today. It's just I wanted to kind of explain where I've been these past weeks and what's been going on. So, Rahizad, welcome to the stream. Oh, what I'm working on, or what I'm messing with, it's a Kotobukiya add-on that you can use kind of on high grades or whatever. It's just supposed to be a big multi-piece uh, shield weapon, and it was a lot of fun to put together. Really simple to put together. As I pop it into a million pieces. In a way, but again, Kotobukiya brand. Mr. Tubbs, how are you, sir? Saw that you're building the Zeta 2.0. Hope you enjoy that. It is big, but at the same time, it's very difficult for me to figure out something to use this with, because trying to mix Bandai and Kotobukiya is not the smoothest transition. Well, thanks, Rahizad. I tried to make sure I get something right. I've just been in a bit of a funk these past couple weeks. I've got a couple kits built, and I need to shoot the review video for the last one I finished, but things have just been interesting. Let's put it that way. I guess I'm more overwhelmed by the job hunt situation and whatnot. And when we get some more people in here, I'll actually show off the completed submarine, because I did finish that kit, but oh my gosh, was that one of the worst modeling experiences I've ever had in my life. You know, I actually had that kit paid for and then returned it, Rahizad. That's one of the things I'm going to go over once we get a few more people in here, because something happened to me that has never happened to me before. And it's just a story I need to share with my subs. I'll put some music on once 10 o'clock gets around here. I actually did put together a bit of a playlist, and it's all royalty-free stuff, so no worries about copyright claims. Only two may be watching, but that's two that I have no problem talking to. People will show in their own time. So here's the official start of the stream. It is 10 in the morning, and I have been away for a good long while. It's been over 4 weeks since we did this. I really don't even know what to do other than just kind of ramble on and talk to you guys, unless you guys have questions you'd like me to answer for you or what. I've added a couple interesting kits to my backlog. One is for pure customization. The other is just because I thought I might get one and actually try it out. So I'll go ahead and show that off. That is the 1 to 100 no grade Arios. And I'm going to just give it a try, see what it's like to put this thing together. Well, thank you for joining us from Singapore, Rahizad. Who knows? I might actually even start that depending on how the stream and everything goes. And to make... because I wanted to make sure that this thing actually was purchased by somebody who would respect it. And because I'm planning on customizing the crap out of it, I've got my 4th Savior Gundam mold. Hey, Space Wizard. How you doing? Can you guys hear the music okay? Really, Mr. Tubbs? Nothing happened, so there's no need to watch it double speed. I also turned the music up for you guys. Can you hear it now? So basically, to get the biggest thing out of the way, I've been gone because I've still been trying to track down a new job. And the stress of all of that, as far as traveling from where I live to Orlando and back, anticipation, being excited, and then having my hopes kind of dashed, that was a bit of a blow. And then I also just ran into a builder's wall. I've got a decent backlog, but at the same time, I'm just not having the kind of drive or energy to build. I did finally somewhat break that, and I've got like I said, I got a review I need to actually shoot, but I'm just kind of explaining where I've been. And then I had one of the worst experiences of my life, at least Gunpla shopping wise, last week, because I thought I was gonna switch over to HobbyLink Japan for getting all of my Gunpla, but now, because of the way things went down, I've actually been blacklisted by them. Hey, Nick. How are you doing, sir? Well, that's a very good question, Rahizad. And the answer is that I caused a stink because of their new billing agreement with PayPal, and I got royally ticked off at them. Usually, what would happen is when I would pre order a kit with them, they would say, okay, here's your pre order. We'll let you know when it comes in. And when it would come in, I would get an email that said, your pre order has come in. Here's how much it costs. You've got 3 days to pay it. Well, the last pre order that I made, which was gonna be the MG Command, the gun cannon detector, and I think the Action Zaco, they said, okay, you can do one of two forms of payment. You can put a credit card on file with us, which I'm not gonna do, and then you can sign a PayPal billing agreement. And I was like, well, at least I've got the protection of PayPal, so I went ahead and did that. Last Thursday, though, here comes an email that just says, thank you for your purchase. So, no heads up, no warning, no saying, hey, your kits have come in. Here's what we're going to be charging you in such and such amount of time. It's just like, thank you for your purchase. Here's $60 taken away from your bank account that doesn't even really have the money. And I just took them to town. And they gave me all my money back. I canceled all of my pre-orders. I even returned everything in my private warehouse that they have set up, which was 5 high grades. I returned all of that, got full refunds, and said, look, if you're going to do this, I'm not going to be buying from you guys ever again. And boom, blacklisted. So that's what happened. So I'm back to pretty much Amazon, eBay, USA Gundam Store, and maybe Gundam Planet for taking care of my Gunpla needs. Though Gundam Planet will probably be the least used out of all of those. Isn't that some stuff, guys? I mean, I perfectly see where they're coming from with how they do the pre approved billing agreement and everything, but what always has been the grind is just the fact that excuse me, that I got zero heads up that, hey, your kits have come in. Don't worry about it, Rahizad. But I mean, I don't think it's too demanding to want to be told just at least one day in advance to make sure that all the funds are there. I mean, Nick, Bex, Mr. Tubbs, what do you guys think? Am I just ranting, or what do you guys think? I really want to know your opinions. Hi, Steffi. And all right, Nick, I completely understand that, and thanks for your honesty, Mr. Tubbs. I mean, I'm not going to rant and rave about it, and in all honesty, it does kind of suck because I liked how, you know, I would get it so quick, get kits from them so quickly. But at the same time, Amazon can be just as quick. So consider that a public service announcement and a bit of a warning for those who want to buy from HLJ. Make sure you've got the money before you even pre-order, and don't fight them on it. And then after everything went down, I guess this is just the way their automatic system works, but I actually got an email from them, and they were asking, how would you rate your customer service experience? And I was just sitting there thinking to myself, you really don't want me answering that question? So I didn't even bother answering the email. Okay, but we've got... Steffi, what you missed is HLJ has actually blacklisted me. All right, guys. There's a couple of you here who saw when I first unboxed that submarine that I was going to build for my dad. I built it. I had to use putty on it. I've painted it. I have never wanted to destroy a model kit more in my life, not even the Master Grade Victory 2, as enraging as that kit was. But here it is. I got it finished and fully painted, and my dad seems to be quite appreciative of having a replica of his sub. It looks simple, Nick, but I went through 3 different glues to try to get the 2 pieces of the hull to stay together. Glue number 1. Glue number 2 was Tester's model glue, and glue number 3 was super glue. That's what I had to go through. And then when I finally got the hull together, there was this monstrous jagged gash all the way from bow to stern. And like I said, for the first time in my life, what did I do with the tube of it? I had to actually pull out putty and actually try to fill the gaps in. It was just a nightmare. So yeah, that is what I've been up to for the past... what I've been up to for the past couple of weeks. Maybe later today I'll actually shoot the review video for the last kit that I built. But I'm sitting here looking at this Arios thinking I might try to start it. Steffi, the brand of this submarine model is Micromir. It's Russian. Do not get it. For those who have built standard glue-together kits like a Revell or an Ertl kit or Tamiya, Italeri, or anybody like that, you know how when you try to put a couple pieces together, you've typically got one side will have a hole, and the other side will have a peg that you just put together? This thing didn't have any of that. Both sides of the hull were smooth, and it was just ridiculous to try to put together. Trust me, Steffi, Revell was 100 times better than this thing. Comparing the quality of Micromir to Revell is like comparing Revell to Bandai. Who we got joining us? I see we got 5 viewers. Sound off, everybody. I want to know who's in here. Good morning to you, Miss Camp. Well, Nick, if you'd like my opinion, the Seventh Sword is going to be the newer and probably, well, it's definitely going to be the more detailed kit, but you can't beat the old school cool of a Camphor. I agree with you, Backstepped. I really enjoyed that kit. I want to get the red and the gray. Well, it's not going to. Well, that depends, That depends, Backstepped. Are you going to display it just in MS mode, or are you going to flop it to... Oh, doggone it. You're also going to transform it into Wave Rider mode. All right, Mr. Tubbs, I hear where you're coming from. All right. Steffi, that depends on the school you go to. Some of them are quite good. Some of them are complete and utter trash. Okay, this looks pretty cool. Looks like we've got some iridescent pieces, guys. Not too dissimilar from the foil pieces that one would get with a Master Grade Gundam X or Gundam Double X. I still don't know what this is right here, but I'm looking at this, and that looks pretty darn cool. So believe it or not, guys, in the hundreds of Gunpla that I've built in my life for the past 16 years, because that's about how 16, 17 years, it's about how long I've been building Gunpla. This is only the second 1/100th 00 no grade that I've ever built. Detailing doesn't look too bad. Steffi, I'm 33. So this is pretty cool. Here on the cover of the manual, we've got the Arios in flight mode, punching what looks like a Jinx 3 with its claw weapon. I just really want to have a little... Oh, so that's for the cockpit. That's what that piece is for. I might just do a really short build just to try to get some of the juices back. And we're only going to really focus on the torso for right now. Who are you saying that to, Rahized? All right, this looks like a really fun little design, so... Good morning to you, Hypershock. This is the 1/100th no grade Arios Gundam from 00. Just unboxed it, thought I might just do some snipping and put the upper torso together. Ow! Never mess with a manual with your knife blade pointing into your hand. Okay, now that I've got that taken care of, let's actually do what I was supposed to do. It wasn't, Rahiza, don't worry, it was not a cut. It was just a tiny little prick, and it's not even bleeding. Okay. This looks really, really cool. Look at the iridescence on this, guys. And then we've got just your standard foils. And like I said, I found out what this is for. And it's for the cockpit visor for flight mode. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Okay. Do you have to go to listen, Steffi, or do you have to go to play? Hmm. Well, I hope you enjoy. I was in band when I was in grade school, and it was a lot of fun for me. Rahizad, that's something of a loaded question. Basically, my answer is going to be that as long as you appreciate what you build, I don't think not having the right tools is going to be a hindrance. If you really enjoy the build, are proud of yourself with what you've put together, then I think you've done what you set out to do. Because I started out exactly the same way. I didn't have the correct tools or anything when I started out. I would break the pieces off the tree by pulling this kind of number, just wriggle the tree until the post broke. And because I didn't have a knife, I would use my teeth. You guys heard me right. Obviously, I got away from it, but yeah, that's how I started out. And no, I don't advocate for starting with your teeth. Well, like I said, Rahizad, we all have to start somewhere. Hey, Hypershock. There's mine. Nope, I haven't had trouble with anything on it. Take care, Rahizad. Also, guys, here's a little bit of channel update. We have cleared 950 subs, so we're not too far from 1,000 subscribers, the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, as well as a special for those who are artistically inclined. Don't worry about it, Steffi. Like I said, there will be 4 prizes being given away. There's 4 high grades that'll be up for grabs, but there'll be something special for those who want to take a stab and flex their artistic side. Hypershock, I've seen bits and pieces of Twilight Axis, and it just... there could have been so much more done with that. I don't know why it was such a hodgepodge of basically trailers. Because it wasn't cohesive, right, Hypershock? It was just blip, 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 and splat. It wasn't just one nice, continuous thought. What are you guys thinking of the battle logs we've been getting from Build Fighters? Anybody got a favorite episode so far? Okay, Steffi, I can agree. I can agree with part of that. I didn't like 4 at all, and I really didn't like 2. So my faves are going to be 1 and 3. Hello? If I'm looking at the underside of this particular piece that I'm trimming the nubs off, guys, doesn't that look like you could put an LED unit in it? Actually, let's find out. Be right back. Now I just got to find a very small screwdriver. All right. Let's see if I can find a screwdriver. Be right back, guys. Well, while I'm doing that, I'm going to eat another brain. Well, not only could I not find a screwdriver, I actually lost the screw. But you can see this thing's really potent. Blue, Steffi. Shindan, welcome to the stream. How are you today, sir? I've got purple, Steffi. It's just that this one that I pulled out happens to be blue. Honestly, Shindan, I do not know why it's got an LED, but on it, right now I'm not complaining. Yeah. Oh, man. A kingdom for a small screw and small screwdriver. And the instructions don't even say anything about it. I literally just went through the manual again, and there's not a thing in here about this LED. Nope, I'm gonna have to track. I'm literally gonna have to track that screw down and put this thing back together. Okay, enough messing with it. We know it fits in there, so that's that. Of course, none of that is gonna matter, guys. For everything that we've done, this hollow point where the LED light would have come through is going to be covered up by a solid black neck joint. So that's annoying. It must have been the designer's colors that came with the clear neck joint. Because I'm looking here on the clear pieces on the A tree, which is the only clear pieces this thing came with, and there's no neck joint there. Hi, Laser. I plan on it. The question is whenever I get them. Right now, money is very, very tight for me. And again, I'm still trying to track down a full-time job in my actual field that I got my master's in. For the love of heat manual, please. Cooperate. There we go. And yeah, the question is just going to be when I can get my hands on them. Laser, I only have 2 third-party kits right now. That's the Metal Build Strike Freedom and Metal Build Destiny. The plastic ones. Hi, Jetfire. Steffi, my school time was okay. We'll use that. There were some ups, there were some downs. But when I finally got my master's degree, that was probably the best school experience I'd ever had in my life. Laser, I got a couple of my kits from HobbyLink Japan, but as I was telling everybody when this stream started, they blacklisted me. So now it's going to be USA Gundam Store, it's going to be Amazon, and it's going to be eBay. Welcome back, Nick. The no grade 1/100th Arios. That's what this build is right now. Laser, I've got a hobby town near me, so every now and then I'll pop in there. That's actually where I got this from, was the hobby town near me. Don't mention that kit, Steffi. I'm not getting it. I'm not enthused about it at all. What are you asking why about, Nick? Snip the wrong bloody pieces. At some point, Laser, I'm gonna start doing some custom paint jobs. I've got one I'm working on now, but it's just very slow coming together. And Nick, I'm not enthused about it at all because I think it's a cop-out, honestly. They just haven't done anything to excite me. And the last PG that I built, we all know how I feel about that particular hunk of crap. Yes, Steffi, that's the Raven. Nick, my last PG was the Banshee, and Laser, the last PG is no longer in this house of mine. I sold that thing and shipped it across the United States. Got rid of it like a bad cold. I sold it for $100. I'm sure it is a good PG, Nick, because I've got the red frame sitting down here. But the PGs just don't have anything to excite me. It's just an oversized master grade to me. Shindan, for my very first kit, was the 1-144th no grade S Gundam booster from Gundam Sentinel. I built that before I even knew what Gundam or Gunpla was. I just found it at a hobby shop, thought it looked really cool, and picked it up. I mean, Laser, I think they're okay. I haven't built one, so I can't really give a objective opinion on casting, detail, or anything like that. It's just they seem to be okay kits. Honestly, I don't think so. Laser, I don't. I started watching the show when I was much, much younger, but now I don't really see any draw. There's others that will, but for me, I just don't see it. Okay. No plans on getting a Delta kit, Steffi. All right, Shindan, pay attention. You want to know how to use nippers? So I've got this pair. It's a fairly thin pair. It's one of my favorites. But basically, I'm clipping off this piece right here. So I'll come in, make sure that the flat part of the nippers is towards the piece itself. But I'm going to leave a little bit of room and nip to make sure that I actually leave a little bit of the sprue on there. I can get that off with a hobby knife. But just line up and snip, line up and snip. Boom, out it comes. No, Steffi, I have not seen Delta yet. Doesn't mean that I won't, but it just means that I haven't yet. Laser, it is actually a Mr. Hobby brand nipper. It's part of a combo pack that I bought at the hobby shop near me. Came with this knife, the nippers, a pair of reverse tweezers, a lining pin, and a ton of spare blades for this. You're welcome, Shindan. Welcome to the world of Macross, Steffi. Every single series I know of has a love triangle, or every movie, because that's kind of the whole thing. Macross is a sci-fi space soap opera. Well, if you're trying to make a series seem more real, it's gonna happen, Steffi. I'm not gonna touch an Evangelion kit, Laser. Sorry. I am no fan of Eva. I am not gonna look at their merchandise. I'm not gonna watch the show or the movie. I'm not. I'm just not having it. Shindan, episode 4 Battlelog was okay, but it did nothing to excite me. It was just a overglorified sales pitch for the PG Exia. Steffi, you need to watch the very original Macross then, because that did not make anything look easy as far as the relationships were concerned. Secondary relationships, yes, but the main characters and their relationships, good lord, no. It's not bad, but it's not great. Okay, I want stickers like this for our for the eyes on Master Grade Gundam kits, guys, because look at how thin and pasty that was on this particular piece of backing. And now I put it here, and good lord, does it look good. Oh, yes. That looks really, really good. What grade or mobile suit are you after, Shindan? Maybe I can help you find the right one to go after. Okay, yeah. I really like the way that came together, guys. That just looks that looks good. Laser, it's not the leg joints, it's the hip joints. But the only thing is they won't break if you don't manhandle them. If you're very careful with them, you're not going to break them. Because I'm looking up here on my shelf, and not only do I have Freedom, but I've got Justice and Providence. They all use the same hip joints, and they're doing just fine. Shindan, I actually haven't built either one, but I would actually advise on the Kamiki just because it would be a much newer mold, whereas the Cherudim Saga is using a much older high grade mold for most of its pieces. I'll have to come and hit some of this with the black Gundam marker just to get rid of some of these nubs. Alright, so that is the upper torso of the no grade 1 to 100 Arios completed. Next stream, we'll probably work on the head and the lower torso to put it all together. Hello, that didn't sound good. And it just popped off and pulled it down too far. But anyways, that's what I'm going to do as far as building today. No, Laser, I do not have the RG build strike. All right, guys, we'll do some Q&A, and then I'm going to knock off for the morning. Got some stuff I need to do today, along with shooting a review video for the last high grade that I built for you guys. So the floor is open for questions. If you guys would like to ask them, I'll leave it open for a few minutes. If nobody says anything, then I will just go ahead and end the stream. It's very, very cold out here, Steffi. Steffi, I really don't have any awkward stories to tell. I mean, the biggest event that's happened to me in a while was that getting blacklisted by HobbyLink Japan. Real subtle there, Steffi. I wouldn't say my life is boring because my life is mine. I've made it what it is. I've gone out of the country, I've visited many places, I've seen some famous people. I just don't try to get myself in any kind of awkward situation, that's all. Yeah, you might want to work on that. Don't want to come across as being rude. Well, what you said about my life, I would definitely consider being rude. So I would work on your delivery of your of some of the things you say. Anybody else in here with us? Sound off if you're in. I would say my life has been normal. I'm not I'm not like the son of some jet-setting millionaire or something like that. I've just done what I've done. I've had to deal with loss. I've had to I've celebrated success and some of the losses have been very hard. So, I just go day by day and that's pretty much what I do. Day by day, just thank the Lord for what he's done for me and that's it. I'll let the stream run for just a couple more minutes and then I'm going to end it. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and end the stream here. Thank you to all who came out. Those who are going to be watching this after it posts, please feel free to follow me on my Twitter and support me on Patreon, guys. I've got some tiered rewards, so the more patrons I get, the more rewards will be added. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I will talk to you guys later at the next one. See you guys later. Oh,